Jackson Radio Show.
Before I get started here, any Russians? Is Ambassador Kislyak in the room? Before I get started here, any Russians? Anybody been to Russia? Got a cousin in Russia or something. So anyway.
Welcome back. I love it. Sessions was really funny there. Any Russians? Any cousins of Russians? Anybody thinking about going to Russia? Welcome back to the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. You know, that's the funny thing about that is that's what is so good about what the spirit that we're in right now is. You can ridicule this stuff. Sessions is essentially saying, hey, they got this whole Russia thing going. Any Russian? Because I don't want to be accused of talking to Russians. I'm going to open my speeches that way from now on. I'm going to say, hey, any fellow brother Russians here? You know, if I'm a black Russian, whatever, admit it. Let me know. Okay, anybody here want to run for public office? Because I'm black Russian. You might want to get out now. Wow, how crazy has the world gotten? Chelsea Handler trying to talk smack to Sarah Sanders. You ever see Chelsea Handler, no exaggeration, has a video that she apparently doesn't care is out there. She's trying to get into a boat. She's swimming in a lake or ocean. And a guy's peeing on her off the bow of the boat. You know, and she's like, you know, putting her hands up. This woman, I think they said she's had 2 abortions by the time she was 16 years old. Can you even imagine what her life was like leading up to that and what it's been since? I mean, her claim to fame is that she's a Hollywood pass me around girl. That's putting it delicately. So this is just, I'm amazed. That she would actually want to get holier than thou with Sarah Sanders, you know, mother of 3, housewife, working for the president, you know, living life, what I think most people would believe is the American dream. And here's the sad part. Chelsea Handler's not a bad-looking woman. I mean, she's, you know, obviously been rode hard and put up wet, as we say in the country, but she's not a bad-looking woman. She's made some, I would say some choices maybe a lot of other women wouldn't have made. And by the way, I don't care if women, you know, what your sexual history is and all that. But at some point, the light comes on and you say, okay, I want to be respectable. I'm just guessing. It does with guys. I mean, guys, you know, you're actually almost encouraged to be, you know, very promiscuous, you know, right? But there comes a point where you're like, you know, okay, kind of been there, done that. And you grow up. And it's not just, you know, chasing this and that and whatever. But, you know, I don't know. I'm putting it out there for you guys. 844-551-8255. Because I'm certainly not going to be moralizing on what people do with their bodies. And by the way, that includes conservative women. There are many, many amazing conservative women who, if you go back to their teen years when they were rebelling for whatever reason, they would be like, oh, no, Kevin, let's not go there. And that's okay. You don't have to feel bad about decisions you've made. You know, at some point, you grew up. And the Bible talks about it, you know, when I was a child, I acted like a child. But when I became a man, I acted like a man or woman. I'm not saying a Caitlyn. I'm saying, you know, women act like women, men act like men. Hey, for the record, that's just while we're talking on this subject, there are only 2 genders, okay? Let's just be clear. There are 2 genders. And sometimes people get a little mixed up. The body goes crazy, and you have these hermaphrodites that are a blend of the 2 genders, but there's still only 2 genders. You know, male and female. What do they call it? The stamen and the what's the thing that impregnates the flower? Whatever. You get what I'm saying, right? Of course you do. I'm being very clear right now. Oh, what else we want to talk about? I mean, there's so much, man. We could talk. This Democrat that made it. No, that would take too long. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about CNN. CNN. They get it wrong a lot. You've seen CNN. You've watched ABC. Get it wrong. You've watched almost every major lefty news outlet get something wrong recently. Whether it's, the timeline was wrong on that story we told about Donald Trump Jr., which is the latest. That was a CNN thing. Then you had ABC's Brian, Ross, who, does something else wrong, whatever that may be. And it's always, get this, it's always negative against Republicans. When they do that, it's like smoking gun. That was what it was with Brian Ross. General Flynn, he was told to contact the Russians before Donald Trump was president. He was told to make contact. And Brian Ross says it. And then, of course, Joy Behar gets it. We've got the smoking gun. Breaking news. And everybody's all excited. Woo, yay, we got him. We got him. We finally got that Trump. Then they go, oh, geez. No, it wasn't when he was not president. When he was a candidate. It was when he was president. And that sort of makes it all very different. Because it doesn't violate the Hatch Act or the Logan Act or any other act, sister act. It does nothing. It becomes no news. And then same thing happens. CNN says, Donald Trump Jr.'s email thread, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And this was Brian Stelter or whatever. So CNN jumps the gun, says this was during this, that, and the other. And Trump Jr. goes, the emails are released and you got the timeline wrong. And then CNN says, it was an honest mistake. It was honest. We knew, the timeline was 3 people. The timeline was in there 3 times. They could have checked it. Multiple people checked this stuff. But no, they're rushed to judgment. But let me ask you, when is the last time CNN majorly screwed up with the Democrats negatively? When? Now, I can give you plenty of times that they reported fake news on Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama, whether it's jobs numbers or whether it's Clinton polling numbers or whether it's anything, you name it. Many times that they've gotten it wrong with the Democrats. But when they get it wrong, it's never negatively in favor of the Democrats. It's always mysteriously, positively in favor of the Democrats. Why is that? Do you have an answer? Anybody? I bet you do. I bet you have a sneaking suspicion, as I do, that CNN has an agenda. The New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, ABC, NBC, you name it, in the last 6 months to a year, every single one of them has had to make a retraction or an apology to somebody on the right, but they never have had to do it on the left.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.